everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie and today I have here for you a 12 by 12 scrapbooking layout. Now I filmed this video a fair while ago, so I don't remember exactly what I did, but here I have two pieces of paper. One of them, the floral one, is a Jen Hadfield one. I think it's from Patio Party, and the craft one is from Maggie Holmes Shine, I want to say. And what I did was I cut it into triangles because I had this idea that I wanted to do kind of more pattern paper in a layout, but also stick with that white background that I'm very comfortable in using. So I decided to have the two pieces of triangles down the center. I didn't actually intend to do this initially. I decided to do it with the little squares because I just thought that it was a lot nicer. I just like the way that it looks, so I'm going to stick these down using some double-sided tape. This double-sided tape is from Kmart. You get it in a pack of 2 for $1.50. I've used it for a few years now. Nothing's fallen off, so it's fantastic if you're curious what I use. So I'm going to stick all of them down and then I'm going to come back. So here's all of them stuck down and I just have the photo sitting there. I was having a little bit of trouble when I made this layout, so I wanted to get the title out of the way. I find that when I'm having difficulties deciding on how a layout is, the direction's going to go, I normally grab out some thickers and kind of figure out the title that I'm going to do. I'm just adding some double-sided tape onto the back of my photo here. Now I'll explain the photo as well. This is a photo of my boyfriend's cat. His name is Lionel and he was just asleep on the couch and he's such a photogenic cat. If you look back at some of my old scrapbooking layout videos, you'll see that I take photos of him quite often. I bought these large doilies from a local $2 store here in Australia a while ago, and this was the first time that I was using them. They're so bright gold. They look fantastic. I think they're absolutely stunning, and they're 6 inches, so they're quite large, which is really, really good. Here in Australia, it's really quite hard to find good doilies that aren't just really boring patterns, so I was super excited to get these ones. Now, because I used pattern paper in the background, I knew that I didn't want to use pattern paper to layer my photo, to do my photo mat. So I grabbed out some vellum. This is going to test my memory. I think this vellum is from Craft Online here in Australia. It comes in a pack of, I think, 25, and it's an A4 sheet. It's really quite good. It's what I use whenever I wanted to print on some vellum because it's already A4 size, so I don't need to cut it down, and got a really nice opacity. It's just standard vellum. I just like that it was in an A4 size. So then I'm going to stick it some double-sided foam tape to give some dimension to the layout. I find when I'm using pattern paper in my backgrounds, I want something to make my photo stand out. That's not really why I do pattern paper, because I find the photo gets lost, and kind of a technique that I've picked up over time is to use double-sided foam tape to add dimension and sort of differentiate between the photo and the pattern paper. That's just how I feel. So I'm going to stick that off, and then I'm going to stick that down onto that gold doily there. I normally use a little bit of extra double-sided sticky tape or glue on top of foam tape because I find the stick on it isn't as good. There we go. Yeah. I find the stick on foam tape isn't as strong as with other double-sided tapes, so I always add a little bit of extra glue to make sure that it's extra sturdy. This bottle here, I just reuse and add glue, and I just use glue from like $2 stores, just PVA glue. It's not amazing glue, but it works for me. It works for what I use it for. So I'm going to stick down some double-sided tape onto this doily and then stick it down onto the layout, and that will be the photo down. I find the hardest part about layouts is putting the photo down in the place that I want it to go. That's the major thing that I struggle with, and once I stick that down, we'll come back. So I've stuck down my photo, and here I am picking out my title. I do not remember what my title is at all. These thickers are... also, I don't remember. I'm not sure. If you really want to know, I can go into my stash and grab them out. But they're just a set of thickers, and I like the floral, and I thought it looked similar enough to the floral paper that I was using. That's why I grabbed it out. A really awesome tip that I have for using thickers, if you struggle like me to get them perfectly straight, is I stick them on the end of my clear packaging, and I can see where I want to put them down, but also it helps me to get them perfectly straight. So I half have them on the clear plastic, half not, and as you can see there, I push my hand down and then just pull the clear plastic out. Ooh, I think the layout was called Just Chillin' in Bed. So I put the chillin' down on top of the craft one because I thought it had, again, some good contrast between the two of them. And now I'm going to stick down the other words, which is just and then in bed. I put the just down and I did the exact same thing where I use it half on the clear plastic. Now I've put the in bed down in an angle where you can actually read it. It would make sense if I was going in a circle, because right now it says just chill in bed in, but I needed to put the in bed so that when it's in the sleeve it makes the most sense. I'm just using a felt tip pen from my stash to put a faux stitching border down. I love faux stitching. I think it is amazing. If I was to say my style in 5 words, faux stitching would probably be the second one. Title, faux stitching, wood veneer, floral, and craft. That's probably my style in a nutshell. So I put the faux stitching down and I'm actually moving the in bed up because I wanted a place that I could put some embellishing, because I did want to embellish on the side of the photo and again draw more attention down to the photo. So this is kind of the layout, but it's just going to have a little bit of embellishing on the side. So what I've done is I've gone into my stash and I've grabbed out a pack of ephemera. I haven't used this ephemera yet, so this was the first time that I was using it, and this ephemera is from the Reject store. It's the Oh Happy Day collection. I think it's actually a travel collection from memory. So I'm just pulling out pieces that yeah, it is a travel collection. I'm pulling out pieces that I think I could use. Sticking with that nature theme, I'm grabbing up butterflies and florals and a camera. I love that camera. It's just gorgeous. So once I go through the pack and I've grabbed everything that I wanted, I'm just going to put them away. I find that when I'm embellishing, I kind of just like to grab out things that I think I could possibly use and have them out so that I'm not overwhelmed by the large amount of embellishments that are there. Initially, I'm going to stick down some foam tape onto the camera because, like I said, that camera is gorgeous and I wanted it to stick out. So I've stuck that down, and I also just took out that little frame piece, and now I've gone through the pieces to grab out what I actually want to use. So what I'm going to do is just start embellishing, and I just stick things down. So I'm putting that piece of frame down and I'm gluing it down just with a little bit of wet glue, and I'm sticking it underneath the vellum. I'm using it kind of as like an anchor point for my layering. I love the way that kind of having anchor points work. I was going to put this down, but it doesn't go on there. I do grab a couple of things out that I just don't end up using, but I just decide to just stick stuff down. So I'm stapling these 3 pieces of florals together, number one, because I love the texture that staples add, but also because then I don't have to glue them all layering perfectly on top of each other, and I could actually use some double-sided tape. So I'm just going to stick that down, and then I'm just going to be basically sticking things down randomly. I don't have kind of a technique of how I stick things down. I just kind of look at it and go, that looks nice, and then I stick it down. I don't have any kind of intelligent way to attack that process. I'm going to stick the camera down that I put on the foam tape as kind of the closest embellishment to the photo. That's just more of like a central theme. No, I actually didn't do that. I decided to stick it off to the side more. And then I'm going to sneak these 2 pieces just underneath a little bit to make it tied into the layout. What am I going to do next? Like I said, I don't remember making this layout that much. This is a piece of chipboard from the Gather 12x12 chipboard stickers. So I've stuck that down using some wet glue, and I'm going to stick this butterfly down as well. I really do love how this layout turned out. I think it's beautiful. Not to say other layouts aren't beautiful, but I think this one's gorgeous. I'm going to grab some thickers out. I think these are from Shine. I'm not positive. And I'm going to stick some glitter hearts from this thicker pack on there. And then I'm also going to grab this gold leaf and stick it down. I have a question for you. Have you ever smelt thickers before? Because the foam ones smell amazing. I don't know why. I just think they smell really nice. The chipboard ones smell a bit like glue, but the foam ones smell really nice. So I stuck that down. A little tangent there, sorry about that. And I'm still going to stick down this chipboard piece from the Gather chipboard sticker set, and then I'm going to grab out my little box of wood veneer. I have more wood veneer than this. This is just what I typically use, so I keep it together. I'm grabbing some of the hearts and sticking them down, sort of making it symmetrical on that top side to balance out the uncontrollable embellishing that I did down the bottom. I just like the way that that looks. And I'm sticking a few more wood veneer leaves into this little collection, just using my wet glue, and that is this layout done. So I'm going to have a close-up for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, and if you loved it, consider subscribing. That would be fantastic. So thank you for watching. Bye guys.